Hi students, hope you are doing good and learning well in these online classes. Welcome to third EEP class, and in the last classes we have discussed up to 10 passages, and today we are going to discuss 11th to 15th passages. We have explained you that how EEP classes help you in enhancing your vocabulary, grammar, understanding and analytical skills. Don't take it for granted and listen to me well by opening your books. Without wasting much time, let's get started. Our today's first passage, the 11th passage, is about Milkha Singh. I think you have known Milkha Singh well. Let's read about him. Milkha Singh, nicknamed as the Flying Sikh, you know well, he was the greatest athlete. Has been an Indian athlete and considered to be one of the greatest athletes the nation has ever produced. Definitely, we should be very proud of him, as India produced one of the greatest athletes. Okay. Milka has been the only Indian athlete till date to have broken an Olympic record. Yes, he is remembered by breaking an Olympic record. Okay, still he lost the bronze medal in the 400-meter event at Rome Olympic Games 1960 by just 0.1 second. Yes, with that minuscule time he lost the bronze medal, but yet he broke the record and he is remembered. Okay, he was born on the 8th of October 1935 at Lialpur, now in Pakistan. It is no more in India, but it is in Pakistan now. And had a very difficult childhood when he saw his parents and relatives being killed in front of his own eyes during the Indo-Pak partition massacre. So here massacre means it is killing people, killing a great number of people in a brutal way. When this Indo-Pak partition was happening, many people were killed. Many people were killed brutally. In that he was survived, but his family and relatives were brutally killed. Understood? Milka Singh tried to get into the army 3 times. Yes, he tried to join the Indian army for 3 times, but was rejected. Okay, it was unfortunate. He was rejected for 3 times. Finally, his brother Malkan Singh helped him get into the electrical mechanical engineering branch of the army in 1952. Yes, it is one of the branches in army. Understand what is that? Electrical mechanical engineering. Okay, he joined as an army officer in that branch, and it was there that he participated in the first sports meet in his life. See, till then he didn't participate in any sports event in his life. After joining the army only he started participating the very first sport event. Okay, honoring the incredible and hitherto the best performance by any Indian athlete that Milka Singh delivered throughout his sports career, he was bestowed upon the Padma Shri in 1958 and the Arjuna Award by the Government of India. Here there is one word, hitherto. Hitherto means up to now. Up to now, it was the best performance by any Indian. Remember, any Indian, by any Indian athlete. That's why Milka Singh became very famous, because he performed, he gave his best. Hope you have understood. It is the greatness of Milka Singh and how he was, how he struggled in his childhood when his family and relatives were brutally killed in the Indo-Pak partition massacre. See, afterwards he tried very hard. He had a very difficult childhood, but he tried very hard to join in army, but finally his brother helped him, and then he started participating in sports events and he became one of the greatest Indian athletes. Okay, that's about Milka Singh. Now let us analyze the questions. Number 1, what is Milka Singh popular for? Popular for what is Milka Singh popular for? Is he popular for having lost bronze medal? Of course it is given. Option B. Is he famous? Is he popular for having broken the Olympic record? Of course it is also given. Is he famous for losing Rome Olympic Games by just 0.1 second? Or to be the only child survivor after partition? No. Among 4, come to the B option. He is famous. Remember, he became popular by breaking the Olympic record. Then only people started recognizing him. That's what you have to understand. So option B is the right answer. Number 2, why was the childhood of Milka Singh difficult? Why? Let us see. Was it difficult because he fled to India from Pakistan alone? Fled means, yes, run from one place. Okay, flee. V2 form of flee is fled. Understand? So run from one place because of the fear. Was he the one? No. So option A is wrong. B. His parents were left in Pakistan. No. His parents were killed in Pakistan. Understand? Option C. He had nobody to look after. It is somewhat real. But look at option D also. He saw his parents being killed. According to the passage, we rely on option D. He saw his parents being killed. Of course, because of that, his childhood became too difficult. That's why he had nobody to look after. But according to the passage, accurate option is D. but C is relevant, but D is accurate. Understand? So option D. Number 3. Which award did Milkha Singh get in the year 1958? Students, come to the passage, the last lines. He was bestowed upon means he was a recipient, he received, he was blessed with the Padma Shri. The Padma Shri. Here they have mentioned the year 1958. But come to the Arjuna Award. The Arjuna Award, in which year? The year was not mentioned. But we should not consider he received the 2 awards in the same year. Okay, that's what students do mistakes in understanding the lines here. So in 1958 he received the Padma Shri. Option B, Padma Shri. Okay. 4th question. Who helped Milkha Singh get into electrical mechanical engineering branch of the army? Obviously his brother. What's his name? Look at option B. His brother Malkan Singh. Option B is the right answer. 5th question. Which word in the above passage means until now? I have explained you. Come to the option B, my dear students. Hitherto. Hitherto means until now, up to now. Understand? So option B is the right answer. That's all about first passage. Now let us discuss the second one. The second passage is about perfume. I know you love it. Some people like to apply perfumes. The term perfume was first used by the Egyptians as part of their religious rituals. You know, rituals, a series of same activities conducted every year in the same manner, that is called rituals. Religious rituals means a ceremonial rituals. Okay, occasionally or in a ceremonial aspects we perform certain things, that is called religious rituals. Understood? Who used perfumes firstly? Egyptians. The 2 principal methods of use at that time were the burning of incense and the application of balms and ointments. The best 2 ways of using these perfumes in the ancient times are: number 1, burning of incense, and the application means applying of balms and ointments. These are the 2 main applications while using the perfumes. Next, perfumed oils were applied to the skin of either cosmetic or medicinal purpose. See, what we have to understand, actually perfumes we use for the cosmetic purpose. Okay, we apply on our clothes, but sometimes people used these perfumes for medicinal purpose also. Remember, both for cosmetic and medicinal purposes they used perfumes. During the old and middle kingdoms, the ancient and middle kingdoms, perfumes were reserved exclusively, means separately, for religious rituals only. Except for religious rituals, ceremonial aspects, they didn't use these perfumes in any aspect except in these religious rituals time. Understand? Next. During the new kingdom, yes, in old kingdoms, middle kingdoms, perfumed were reserved. What happened in the new kingdom times? During the new kingdom, the perfumes were used during the festivals. See, in old kingdoms and middle kingdoms, they just used those perfumes only for religious rituals. But in advancement, in the new kingdoms, they started using for the festivals also. Egyptian women used perfumed creams and oils as toiletries. Toiletries means things like soap, brush, toothpaste that are used for washing and cleaning purposes. See, how did they use? Let us see. Egyptian women used perfumed creams, okay, perfumed creams and oils in washing and cleaning purpose. The use of perfume then spread to Greece, from Egypt to Greece, Rome and the Islamic world. It spread. Understand? The 18th century saw a revolutionary advancement in perfumery with the invention of eau de cologne. Eau de cologne. Eau de cologne is a kind of perfume. With the invention of that kind of perfume, and it led to the revolution in 18th century. Till then, people were using the perfume in a normal usages, but after invention of this eau de cologne, it became a revolution in 18th century. Okay, and what happened in 19th century? Definitely it became somewhat advanced. Let us see. As with industry and the arts, perfume was to undergo, means experience, profound change, means deep change. Profound means deep change in the 19th century. Yes, in 18th century, with the invention of eau de cologne, it became a revolution. But with the spreading of this, with the spreading of the industry and this arts, perfume experienced deep changes. When did it see the deep changes? In 19th century. Changing tastes and the development of modern chemistry laid the foundation or perfumery as we know it today. Yes, people started changing the tastes and somewhat developing, in the advancement with the chemistry. They started doing many things, many changes in perfumes. We know perfume today, it because of the more advancements and more testings and changing the tastes also. It happened in such a way. Alchemy gave way to chemistry and new fragrances were created. Alchemy means it is a branch of chemistry that is focused on changing ordinary things into gold, or a mystical magical power of changing normal things into gold, we can say. That is called alchemy. It's a branch of chemistry. So that gave way to chemistry in changing perfume in many ways, and different kinds of fragrances were created, smells. Okay, that's a beautiful story on perfumes. Now let us analyze the questions. Number 1, perfumes were first used in, yes, absolutely, Egypt, by Egyptians, means it is used in Egypt. Next, the two ancient ways of using the perfumes were, we have discussed in the second line. Look at the second line. Two ways of using the perfumes were, number 1, burning of incense and the application of balms and ointments. Those are the two ways of using perfumes. Next, during the Old and Middle Kingdoms, perfumes were used on the occasion of what? Religious rituals. But in New Kingdoms, it was used even in the festival times also. But it was exclusively used only for rituals, religious rituals in Old and Middle Kingdoms. Next one, Dash has brought a revolution in the perfume industry. It happened in 18th century. Which brought the revolution? Okay, what? Eau de cologne. Eau de cologne brought the revolution. Okay, it has brought the revolution in perfume industry. Next one, the word in the above passage that means deep. I have told you, undergo profound change, means undergo means experience, profound means deep. So here the meaning of deep according to the passage here is profound. So answer is, the word in the above passage that means deep is profound. That's about the discussion of questions. Now let us see the next passage. The 13th passage, the title of this story is White House. You know White House well? Yes, it belongs to America. And what is the story of this White House? Let us see. For 200 years, the White House has stood as a symbol of the presidency. Yes. What is the symbol of presidency in the world? If you ask anybody, they say White House. It got that much importance, understand? That much attraction in the people. The United States government and the American people have definitely not just for the United States government or the American people in entire world. If you ask what is the symbol of presidency, they definitely show that the White House. It became that much popular, understand? Next, its history and the history of the nation's capital began. Yes, when did it begin? The history of White House. See, when President George Washington signed as Act of Congress in December of 1790 declaring that the federal government would reside in a district not exceeding 10 miles square on the river Potomac River, understand? On the banks of that, without exceeding 10 kilometers, all the presidency should leave. That's a act there. So what is the act name? Act of Congress in December of 1790. Who signed? George Washington. President Washington, together with the city planner Perry L. Enfant, chose the site for the new residence, which is now 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It purely belongs, official name for this White House, okay, where all the presidency people live on. As preparation began for the new federal city, a competition was held to find a builder for the president's house. Yes, they announced the competition for bringing the new plan, the model of White House. 9 proposals were submitted, and an Irish-born architect, James Houben won a gold medal for his practical and handsome design. That is what we see as a White House right now. It was designed by Irish-born architect, that is James Houben. Okay, he won the gold medal for that design. Next, the first cornerstone means foundation. The first foundation was laid in October of 1792. Although President Washington observed the construction of the house, he never lived in it. That was a regret to him because he observed the construction but he never lived in, he never moved in. Okay, it was not until 1800 when the White House was nearly completed. Yes, by 18th century it became nearly completed, that its first residents, President John Adams and his wife Abigail, moved in. So the first president moved into the White House was John Adams, and along with his wife. Understand? That's a great story of White House. Hope you have understood the passage. Now let us analyze the questions. For how many centuries has White House stood as a symbol of the presidency? It is nearly 200 years. The very first line spoke about this. So option B. Number 2. What has led to the history of the nation's capital? History of a national capital. That is one act. What was that? Act of Congress in December 1790. Option B. Number 3. Who designed the White House? Who was the designer? James Houben. I have told you. So where is he? In option B. James Houben. Next, fourth one. Who was the first president to move in the White House? John Adams, along with his wife. So John Adams was the first president to move into the White House. Next, fifth one. Which word in the above passage means foundation? Yes, in the last paragraph, first line, that first cornerstone, the first cornerstone. Okay, so cornerstone is the meaning for foundation. That's all about the analysis of questions of the passage number 13. Now come to the passage number 14. It's about bird flu. Have you heard bird flu? You might have. What is the story of the bird flu? What is a flu? Look at that. Avian flu. Avian flu is caused by a form of influenza virus that usually infects birds and sometimes infects pigs. See, it's a kind of virus that spreads, that affects sometimes birds and sometimes pigs also. Some people who have become sick and died from the bird flu had direct contact with infected birds. Yes, definitely. If you eat infected birds which has already, with that influenza, definitely some people may get affected and some people may die also. Like the flu that affects humans, there are lots of different strains. Strains means here varieties of bird flu. Yes, definitely. Like the flus affect human beings, the flus are there in different ways. I mean, varieties of flus are there. Varieties of bird flus. Okay. Some only cause mild symptoms in birds, such as reduced egg production. Some varieties of bird flu affects only in a mild way. It causes reduced egg production. Other varieties are more dangerous to bird. They spread quickly, cause more severe symptoms and almost kill the birds. Yes, some viruses, some varieties just affect, they cause reduced egg production, but some are so dangerous and they kill birds. The strain of bird flu that has infected people in Asia and the Middle East recently is called H5N1. H5N1 is one of the strains, one of the varieties that is dangerous to birds. But if you eat those birds, definitely you will be affected. Last paragraph. Experts are concerned that the H5N1 strain of bird flu could mutate, means change. Mutate means change or alter into a new form that can rapidly spread from person to person. As you have seen the recent pandemic times, corona also spread from one person to another person. In some countries, it spread very rapidly. Understand? It is also a kind of virus. This has happened in a past flu outbreaks and caused what is known as a pandemic. What is pandemic first? Of course, it is a virus and it spread from one person to another person, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. But what is a pandemic? Let's see. A pandemic is a global outbreak. Global outbreak. It doesn't permit to one region or one city or one state. It is a global pandemic, global outbreak. Understand? Of a disease, global outbreak of a disease that causes serious illness in people. Serious illness that we cannot recover from it for a longer period of time. Okay? Serious illness in people and spreads quickly throughout populations. It doesn't have any mercy upon the people. It spreads throughout the populations. Okay? So that's all about this bird flu and the influenza, how it spreads and how when you eat a certain kind of birds which are affected or which are infected with that flu, definitely we also face this. That's what happened in China and we are suffering from that. So let us analyze the questions. Dash causes avian flu. Avian flu. See, what causes avian flu? A form of influenza virus causes avian flu. Understand? A form of influenza virus. Next, one of the mild symptoms of bird flu is mild symptoms. Dangerous symptoms are also there that they kill birds. But mild symptoms are reduced egg production. Understand? Reduced egg production. It causes reduced egg production in birds. Number 3, dash strain of the bird flu has caused life toll recently. Because of what influenza, life became difficult recently. That is, it is recognized as H5N1, isn't it? Yes, H5N1 strain of the bird flu infected and has caused life toll recently. Fourth question, the global outbreak of a disease that causes illness in people is called the global outbreak. The global outbreak is called pandemic. Understand? So the global outbreak of a disease that causes illness in people is called pandemic. Number 5, the word in the above passage that means alter. In the passage, alter means change actually, but according to the passage, alter means here mutate. Mutate means alter, means change. Definitely virus mutates its form, new form. It mutates into the new form, changes its form into new form. Understand? So that's all about the 14th passage. So my dear students, we have come across 4 passages in this EEP class today. Hope you have understood my explanation, and the 15th passage is given as homework to you. After listening to my explanation, if you have any doubts, don't forget to ask your teacher who is dealing this class and get the clarification from your teacher. And the 15th passage is about fingerprints. You know how unique the fingerprints are. You read the passage, understand it, and underline the difficult words, know the meaning, or ask the teacher who is dealing this class, and write the answers that you feel right. Afterwards, discuss those answers with your teacher and get the clarification. Okay, once again I am telling you that you should not depend totally on our explanation, and you should take the help of your teacher also. Then only you will get perfection in the subject. So as our EEP classes are going on along with your regular classes, it is very important to focus on this aspect also. Hope I am clear with my explanation. We will meet in the next EEP class. See you all.